Hello everyone, my name is Official Page, and welcome back to Byte-Sized Fundamentals, the series where I explain programming fundamentals in under 5 minutes. Today's episode will be a little bit longer. We'll be looking at writing our first program, but before we can do that, we have to go over some basic theories, so let's get started. There's a few core parts of the program that we're about to write that we need to understand. The first part is the include. When we go to include things in code, essentially the compiler that we discussed last time allows us to use other people's code. The second thing that we need to understand is that every program we're ever going to write is going to require a main function. We'll go over what a function is more later, but for now all you need to know is that we're going to need one, as this is what's run when the program is started. The final thing that we need to be aware of is returning values. When we write a program, we can choose to report back to wherever our program was run from and provide some kind of response, such as a number or a string. Now that the theory is out of the way, we need to discuss things that you'll need to follow along in this series. The first thing you'll need is Eclipse, or some other IDE. That stands for Integrated Development Environment, by the way. There are a lot of freely available ones on the internet. Just have a quick Google search. Eclipse is one of the most popular ones, and it is also freely available, so if you want to follow along, you can go ahead and download that, because that's what we'll be using during this series. You'll be looking for the C++ version of it, by the way, as it comes in a lot of flavors. Alright, if you've got Eclipse working and installed and ready to go, then let's get started and jump over to Eclipse. Now that we've opened Eclipse, you'll be presented with this window here. It's going to ask you to select a directory as a workspace. Now, for now, it should give you something standard like your username /workspace. That's fine for now, so just go ahead and click OK. Alright, now that we see this welcome window, we can click on Create New C++ Project, since that's what we're going to be using, this C++. That is, during this tutorial. So we're going to come up with a C++ project window. We're going to type in our project name. I'm going to call it Fundamentals 1. Nope, 2. And just leave cross GCC. I'm going to use MingW because I prefer it. If you have that option, go ahead and follow along. Otherwise, the compiler really shouldn't matter. So let's go ahead and click Finish. Once it's finished, we're going to close the welcome window and see our project coming up here. Now that we've got our project, we need some code files to work with. This is just a blank folder for now. So go ahead and right click on your Fundamentals folder, New, and Source File. We're going to call this source file main.cpp. Like I said, every piece of code, every program is going to require a main function, and the convention is that they go in a main.cpp file. Let's go ahead and call it main.cpp and click Finish. It's going to generate this empty code file for us, and a text editor is going to open. So let's get started and talk about what we need to do first. So the first thing we need to write in a program is the include statement. This is what happens at the very start of the program. We include other people's code. So in this case, we're going to do hashtag include, because that's how you write that. You have to put the hashtag in front and then include. Then we're going to put a spacebar, a left angled bracket, and it will autocomplete the other angle bracket for you, and we're going to type iostream. So the next thing we're going to do is, like I said, define our main function. Now the main function has to be defined like this: int main, 2 brackets, and then a squiggly bracket, and enter, and it will autocomplete the second one for you. If it doesn't, make sure you put it there. So inside our main function, between these two curly braces here, is where our main code's going to go. So in this case, all we're going to do is output hello world. So we're going to use a function called cout. That's going to output something for us. We're going to put 2 left angled brackets, then some text. So I'm going to say hello world, and then 2 more less than signs, and then end line, ENDL. Now, the second thing we need to do is we actually need to put SED in front of this. Don't worry about this too much for now. All you guys need to know is that it needs to be there for this program to work. And again, I'll discuss this topic in a different video. So once we've done that, just going to put a new line in, and we're going to go return 0 and put a semicolon. So we're going to build it. We're going to go Control B, or we're going to hit the build button here. It's going to go ahead and build our project, and then we're going to run it. Okay. And as you can see, it's going to output hello world just as we wanted it to, and it's even put a nice new line character afterwards, and it all worked perfectly. Alright, so that's all we're going to cover in today's episode. We'll be going over more interesting stuff next time on how this all works, what it all means, and it'll start to make sense next time. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.